Hey guys, Nostalgia Kid 84. Wait a minute, that is Dr. Nostalgia Kid 84 with you. I've been working on a patient, but thought I would take a break and share with you the special Halloween Excuse me one moment. I've got to go tend to my patient. I'll be right back. Why'd you do that? What the? Sorry guys, my patient bit me on the arm, so I had to take him down the old-fashioned way. Anyways, like I was saying, this is a special Halloween video. I teamed up with Retrogamingmaniac. Tell him, RGM.
Dang, bro, that doesn't look so good. Are you alright?
Oh, sure. I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. No worries.
Anyways, that's right, Nate. We're gonna bring you the top 10 games you need to play this Halloween, or else.
My first pick, number 10, is kind of a game not very many people know about. It was released as a floppy diskette on the DOS in the early 90s. It's called Hugos House of Horrors. Hugos House of Horrors, a DOS computer game which came out in 1990 on the good old floppy diskette. This game is pretty basic. Many people probably have heard of Maniac Mansion, but not Hugos House of Horrors. The plot and gameplay are very similar, and there's a reason for that. Hugo has come to a haunted house to look for his girlfriend Penelope, who has went there to babysit and has not been seen since. But a direct quote from the creator from Hugo's House of Horrors, which explains its similarity to Maniac Mansion. Unbelievable as it may seem, when I wrote Hugo's House of Horrors in 1989, I was completely unaware of Maniac Mansion, and to this day, still have never played it. The truth is that Hugo's House of Horrors was actually inspired after playing the original Sierra game Leisure Suit Larry. And if you've never played the original Leisure Suit Larry game, these games are strikingly similar. But believe me, that game is a whole nother genre. You move Hugo around using the keypad and enter commands using the keyboard to use items or pick up and read clues. Each clue leads to where and to what you should do next. You run into different sorts of Hollywood-type monsters in the house, a vampire, a witch, what appears to be a werewolf, and others. I thought this would be a good game to highlight as our first game on the list to play this Halloween, as it is very low-key, and actually the puzzles are pretty challenging, and some of them are very unfair. If I'm not mistaken, the backgrounds and characters were all created using MS Paint for this game. You'll also find very little music, but its tongue-in-cheek style makes it worth a play. For this Halloween, give it a try and have a laugh. Hey, it's a free download, and there's a response to nearly anything your mind can think up.
Hugo's House of Horrors, that's one I haven't really played before, Nate. That looks really cool. The next one I'm going to show you is Monster in My Pocket. And this is a side-scrolling action platformer, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of a late release NES title, and very Halloween themed. You get to play like Frankenstein, Dracula. Really cool. Let's check it out.
Monster in My Pocket, released in 1992 by Konami, is a side-scrolling action platformer where players take control of either a vampire or a monster, and their attempt to overthrow the evil warlock who has sent his henchmen to kill them. This game features co-op and was one of the first games to include double jump, which is so commonly used today. The characters are pocket-sized, hence the name Monster in My Pocket, so the world is very big and oversized to them. This makes for some very interesting gameplay and some very cool levels. Monster in My Pocket is relatively cheap, selling around $15 to $20, and it's definitely worth your time this Halloween season.
Great game, Josh. I'm a little cold. I love Monsters in My Pocket. Very good pick. For my next game, Gremlins 2. Now, I know you might not think, well, that's more of a Christmas game more than a Halloween game, but think about it. It's horror movie, monsters. It's a really good game. For my next pick, Gremlins 2.
Gremlins 2. Now this game may put you more in mind of Christmas than Halloween due to the first Gremlins film taking place right smack dab in the middle of the gift-giving holiday, but I believe this game can hold its own during Halloween, as Gremlins are widely known in pop culture as one of Hollywood's horror film's creature features. Gremlins 2 for the NES is based on Joe Dante's Gremlins 2 The New Batch, the film. A fun game released in 1990 by Sunsoft. You control fuzzy little friendly Gizmo. Everyone wants Gizmo as a pet, just don't get him wet. Gizmo is first armed with the almighty tomato. That's right, I said tomato. According to the game's manual, it's a genetically modified tomato from the lab Gizmo escapes from. He can later use matches, paper clips, and a bow and arrow, which is a combination of the paperclip and a pencil. The latter items can be powered up. You can purchase power-up and health from Mr. Wing in the shop, although he should be dead by this point. Anyways, Gizmo is helping Billy by ridding his workplace in New York of the Gremlins. The play is pretty simple, with the B button projecting the weapons and A button jumping. The game looks very similar to actual stages on Blaster Master. The spikes are almost identical, and the way you move and shoot is pretty much identical as well. The music is somewhat similar to Ghosts and Goblins, giving the game an eerie feel while you're on the lookout for the Gremlins. Some of the enemies you'll encounter are kind of random. You have your generic bats, but you also have tomatoes. Yes, again, I said it. You fight genetically altered tomatoes with your very own altered tomatoes. I guess it takes one to know one? So I urge you to saddle up with some Gremlins 2 during your Halloween playthroughs. A copy of this game will only run you about $10. Pick it up. You won't be disappointed.
Oh yeah, Gremlins 2. Now that's a fun game. And while it's not a Halloween game, it has that Halloween feel to it, that kind of horror feel. It's really cool. Really enjoy that game, Nate. Good pick. Next one up on my list is Hunter the Reckoning for the GameCube. This is a 4-player hack and slash, I guess you would say, where you fight waves and waves of zombies, werewolves, other monsters. Really cool game. Let's check it out.
Hunter the Reckoning, released in 2002 by Interplay, is a hack and slash style adventure game where players take control of one of 4 characters, each featuring their own unique abilities. Each character has their own unique weapons, a melee weapon and a long-range weapon. There are also weapons scattered across the level. Players will fight hordes of enemies ranging from zombies to werewolves to other creatures through different levels, including cities and graveyards. With the inclusion of some epic boss battles and 4-player co-op, Hunter the Reckoning is probably one of my favorite games to play with a group of friends. This is one game you definitely need to add to your list of games to play this Halloween. I highly recommend it.
Hunter the Reckoning. Good pick, Josh. As soon as I get better, I'm going to try that out. I've never played it, but it looks really cool. My next game, though, is really cool. And you've got to play it this Halloween. It's a franchise, and this series perfected it with number 4. I'm talking about Resident Evil 4. The only game that I've ever played through, Beasts, and played through it again. Resident Evil 4.
It's hard finding the words to compose for this game. In my opinion, it is one of the top 10 best games of all time. RE4 was originally released in 2005 for the Nintendo GameCube. Once again, you are in control of the fan favorite Leon Kennedy. 6 years after the events in Raccoon City in Resident Evil 2, Leon, now a U.S. government official, he is on duty and deployed to a remote area in Europe where he is sent to find the president's daughter Ashley, who has been kidnapped by a cult. Leon's biggest hurdle is that all the villagers have been mutated by the Las Plagas, a mind-controlling parasite which Leon also gets injected with. Leon is stuck, trying to rid himself of the Las Plagas and finding the president's daughter. The game brings back and perfects the over-the-shoulder third-person view. It's a phenomenal way to enjoy this game. The aiming system is dialed up from the previous games and the perspective is set at just the right place. Not too far away and not too close up like Resident Evil 5. The Las Plagas enemies are a step up from the regular zombies in the previous games too. They are a smarter AI and can be harder to kill, giving this game a fun challenge. Also new to the series with this game is the quick time events. Don't dare set the controller down during a cutscene or you'll wind up spilling your cereal all over the place like I did the first time through. I forgot about those events every single time and set my controller down. All around, this is a great game and one that comes highly recommended as a playthrough for this Halloween. You can pick up a copy for about $25 in HD for the PS3 on eBay, or if you like me, swing the $8 instead and get it on the PS2, or $12 on the GameCube or about $8 on the Wii. For those prices, believe me, it might be worth it to pick it up and have a backup copy for this gem.
Oh wow, Resident Evil 4, now that game is awesome. One of my favorite games of all time. I've probably beat the GameCube version at least 4 times, the PS2 version twice. I have not yet played the PS3 HD Remastered yet, so I gotta check that one out. But good pick, Nate. Sure you're okay, bro? You're looking a little pale.
Oh yeah, trust me. I'm a little cold, but I'm fine, totally fine.